Hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to all our job seekers out there, wherever in the world you are. I hope you are having a lovely day. My name is Erica Tan. I am a talent acquisition manager at TTEC. I have been in the HR industry for over 13 years, and 11 years of which are spent with TTEC. So for those who are not familiar with TTEC, TTEC is one of the pioneers in the BPO industry with over 60,000 employees all across the globe. In the Philippines, we have 14 different brick and mortar locations, and we also do at-home work setup permanently. TTEC is an award-winning company being awarded Kincentric's Best Employer of the Year and also awarded as the Recruitment Team of the Year by HRO Today. So TTEC has been bagging these awards left and right. And one of the reasons for that is our COVID response. You see, COVID was something we were not ready for. It destabilized public and private organizations, small and large businesses. It suddenly put the world to a halt. Our usual routines and everything we were used to suddenly shifted. You can't simply hop on a plane or hop on a bus to go for a weekend away. Now you had to worry about how to get to work without being stopped at a checkpoint. You suddenly had to worry about running out of supplies and not being able to go out anytime you need to buy groceries. So it was a sudden shift. COVID changed things in an instant. Businesses had to change rhythm by shifting to work from home work arrangement, or to continue operating with reduced staffing on site. Some businesses even had to completely shut down their operations. I personally was afraid that I might lose my job during the pandemic. You may have also felt the same way, or worse, you actually lost your job or your business because of COVID. And you know what? Companies have business continuity plans. We were ready for typhoons, earthquakes, and flooding, and other natural disasters. If you remember when Typhoon Odette or Typhoon Rolly hit, companies were ready. We were able to act on it immediately, but we were not ready for a global pandemic. It happened in a snap, and we did not expect it to hit us this hard. COVID's rapid spread meant businesses had to act fast as it created many occupational safety and health risks. In order for companies and businesses to survive, we needed to adapt. Businesses needed to think about short term survival and long term resilience. For an organization as big as Teletech with over 24,000 employees all across the Philippines, we had to act fast. We needed to be more agile to be able to support our employees and, of course, our clients with their needs without compromising health and safety. Days leading to the lockdown, I was already hesitant to go to work. Just like everyone else, even if we were afraid of the virus, we still needed to report to the office. Like, I did not want to spend my leave credits or my PTOs and just stay at home because I was afraid of the virus. Doing that would mean I might lose my job or I might lose a paycheck because I stayed home. Luckily, TTEC was able to act on it quickly. The talent acquisition team of TTEC is actually partially already equipped to work from home with a certain percent of our team already able to work from home immediately. Imagine my sigh of relief when we were told that we can work from home on the first day of lockdown. First day of lockdown, March 17th, 2020, was also the first day I started working from home. And 2 days after the pandemic, the entire recruitment team of TTEC Philippines is already equipped to continue with our operations. It was an immediate shift from receiving applications and doing interviews in person, face to face on site, to virtual recruitment within a span of 2 days. It was such a quick transition, and the reason behind that is because that is one of the first actions of the company. TTEC wanted to immediately move 30% of the workforce to an immediate at-home setup. We had to ship out desktops, laptops, and prepaid modems immediately. And within 2 weeks of the March lockdown, 8,000 of TTEC's employees in the Philippines were already working from home. Of course, this would have not been possible if not for the combined efforts of different departments acting as one. IT teams all across the country have been working night and day to ensure that equipment are ready to be shipped out. Employees from different departments pitched in, employees of different levels. Who would have imagined your executive director for operations, your executive director for recruitment would be going around the city delivering desktops or laptops to the employees. So everybody really pitched in to ensure that majority of our workforce are equipped to work from home immediately. If more employees had home ISPs that met the minimum requirements, and had there not been a shortage of modems, there would have been more employees working from home early on during the pandemic. Another thing that TTEC had to do was to also strengthen its omni-channel technical support to ensure that our employees working from home who experience any sort of technical difficulties or technical problems are able to reach us right away. So we had to enable email, chat, mobile lines, and landlines just to make sure that our employees are able to reach us through all means possible immediately. And for employees who are not equipped to work from home due to the lack of ISP, or for those whose clients had stringent security guidelines, the company had to immediately set up a safe living space on site with comfortable beds, free warm meals, shower facilities, laundry facilities, and of course, on-site entertainment with gaming consoles, free unlimited Wi-Fi, and movie nights. But of course, our sites also had limited capacity, and for employees who are not able to fit in the site, they were housed in hotels in the nearby areas. So it was like a staycation of some sort for some of our employees. And of course, employees who still wanted to work on site, but also wanted to go home to their families, they were offered free shuttle services to safely transport them from their homes to the TTEC sites and vice versa. But, despite all the efforts put in place by businesses, some of TTEC's clients were greatly affected by the pandemic, which meant they had to cut down on people. Some of you may have experienced this. You may have family members or friends who were out of jobs because of the pandemic. In fact, TTEC had 7,000 displaced employees whom we had to redeploy within the organization. I cannot imagine the fear that these 7,000 employees felt when they found out that they were about to lose their jobs. Like, I would have lost my mind if I lost my job in the middle of the pandemic with a lot of uncertainties around. But one of TTEC's values is do the right thing. And of course, the right thing to do during the global pandemic was to ensure that our employees kept their jobs. And we are fortunate that our clients also provided compensation to furloughed employees. And we are also very fortunate that some of our clients actually grew their businesses during the pandemic. These are mostly healthcare clients who needed additional support. That's why they were able to take in these 7,000 employees immediately during the pandemic. Believe it or not, 2020 is one of the years we had the lowest attrition. We only had 30% attrition for the year. It's one of the lowest in recent years. And as we continue to live with the pandemic, TTEC has a dedicated COVID response team responsible for reporting cases, contact tracing, and monitoring of employees hit by COVID. Care packages containing COVID essentials like an oximeter, thermometer, vitamins, masks, and alcohol. These were sent out to employees who tested positive with COVID. And there were also a lot of us who were waiting to get the vaccine, but could not get it right away because our age group was not the priority or it was not yet offered in our city. So the solution for that, TTEC launched a vaccination campaign which offered first and second doses plus booster shots to all employees. So regardless of your position, regardless of your tenure, even if you are a new hire, you are eligible to receive the TTEC vaccine. And there are also some instances where our employees decline the vaccine because of health or maybe religious reasons. It was not put against them. They declined because, of course, as a company that welcomes diversity or inclusion, we respect everyone's decision, whether they want to get vaccinated or not. And because of these declines and because of the excess orders of vials or vaccine vials, TTEC was also able to donate vials of vaccines to the LGUs of the cities where our sites are located. So it also means that TTEC cares about their employees and TTEC cares about the communities that we are in. In addition to the COVID response team, the vaccination campaign, TTEC also boosted its health and wellness campaigns by offering weekly wellness webinars to help manage our mental and physical health. So to manage our physical health, our employees enjoyed free HIIT trainings and free Zumba sessions online. And for our mental wellness, we have intensified our employee assistance program. So some of you may have experienced anxiety and depression because of fear of COVID and cabin fever because you've been cooped up at home for weeks or months at a time. Our employees also experience the same thing, suddenly being stuck at home, not being able to go out and socialize, meet friends, go see co-workers, or do the usual thing. These things took a toll on the mental health of a lot of people. So to address that, TTEC offered and actually continues to offer free professional counseling to employees who are experiencing the mental effects of the pandemic. TTEC has also encouraged virtual activities, and has organized many virtual events. So we do like trivia nights, and my favorite would actually be the free virtual concerts. Throughout the pandemic, I've already seen a lot of major Philippine bands in concert. Like I've seen Kamikaze, Moonstar 88, and Ben Ben. And we have several lucky employees who actually had virtual FaceTime with these bands. Like they had like backstage passes, so they had a meet and greet with these bands. And one employee even got a free guitar, electric guitar from Kamikaze. So that was amazing. Of course, while the spread of COVID has slowed down, we are slowly going back to normal. Like we're all excited to go on site. Gone are the days when we would meet our teams virtually. Like we'd have meetings and just hear that person's voice and not see them face to face. But of course, before our sites could be reopened, before it could actually go on site, it was important to Teletech to ensure that the employees and the workplace is safe. Site clinics are in full operation in all sites, and COVID attestation forms are still a requirement prior to you entering a Teletech site. Temperature check stations and sanitization stations are spread out all across the sites. And of course, we still adhere to social distancing protocols and the alert level protocols enforced by the government. While we no longer offer on-site and hotel accommodations and shuttle services, we continue to have employees temporarily work from home and even permanently work from home. So the permanent work from home setup, we see this continuing throughout, even after the pandemic. And Teletech or TTEC has been able to sustain business throughout the pandemic, and we are in a position to double the business in the next 2 years. That is amazing news, not just to us, but also to job seekers, because that would mean there are going to be more jobs available out to you. Just remember, everything I shared with you today was TTEC's response to COVID. I cannot speak for other BPOs or the entirety of the BPO industry, but BPO companies across the globe have responded to the pandemic in a similar manner. We care about the business, but we care about the people and the employees more. So I hope that this short webinar was able to give you a glimpse of how much BPOs care for their employees and convince those who are hesitant to join us that the BPO industry is one of the best industries to be in. If you want to learn more about TTEC or TTEC's COVID response, or you want to hashtag experience TTEC, you can visit our websites, ttecjobs.com or ttec.com. So thank you to all our participants today and to JobStreet for giving TTEC the opportunity to speak with all our job seekers. Thank you.